Day 2 of the Las Vegas Raiders training camp practice is officially in the books. And with that being said, we have more news, notes, highlights, observations to talk about in this video, from the QB battle to who's going to be the cornerback 3 on the football team, to guys starting to really position themselves to be starters this season. Now, in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know, but like you know, before we get into the video, let's give a massive shout out to all of the Raiders media members out there who work so hard every single day to get these clips out for us, kind of enabling us to make these videos. Without them, these videos are not possible. So do me a favor and go follow them on X. It doesn't cost anything and it helps them out so much. I'm not taking credit for their video work. This is all them. It belongs to them. But we do want to cover them, the Raiders, for you guys. So without any further ado, after you follow them on X, let's get right into the video. So today's practice, Gardner Minshew was actually the first QB who got reps with the starters. Now, don't read too much into that. Yesterday, it was Aidan O'Connell. It's not like he had a bad day and they made him a backup. This is just a QB battle. This is what happens during a quarterback battle, right? This guy's going to start one day, that guy's going to start the next. You know, the other guys are going to come back and start the next day. So next time you see him, it's probably going to be Aidan O'Connell with the starters. So don't read too much into it. But so far, honestly, the Raiders are having some really good practices today. Had some 7-on-7 red zone drills. O'Connell's pass was off Trey Tucker's hands. Would have been a touchdown, but again, dropped it. Harrison Bryant got fired up, made a diving catch in the back of the end zone, and dude lit up practice, dude. Everyone was hype. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, offensive line, you could tell everyone was excited. And Harrison Bryant, man, a guy who probably is the third tight end on the roster right now behind Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, made an unbelievable snag. Now, I know a lot of people in the comments saying, why can't we see these plays? Well, the Raiders media team isn't allowed to show some 7-on-7, 11-on-11 work. They're able to show some stuff, but not specific things, because then if other teams get a hold of it, then they can start breaking down and stealing film. So they're not allowed to, certainly film that right now, but at some point they might be able to. So again, this is just what I've heard from practice. I can't show you those highlights specifically. Jakobi Meyers also had a really nice touchdown catch on a quick out route. Aidan O'Connell was the quarterback once again. So 2 touchdowns for Aidan O'Connell in those red zone 7-on-7s. Pretty good overall. And then the only offense versus defensive drills pretty much were all those red zone, goal line situations. And that's all they're trying to really get into right now. Next week, when the pads come on, I believe on Monday, maybe potentially, that's when we're going to start to realize who's really standing out. We'll get more 7-on-7s, more 11-on-11s with full field to work with, right? But today was just red zone goal line situations. Really tough to really break down what's going on with that. But you can get some interesting notes of what quarterbacks are making right decisions and whatnot. But before we get into how Gardner Minshew looked during his team period, let's talk about kickoff, man. Now, with the new kickoff rule, there's going to be a lot more strategy use, right? For example, the Chiefs are checking out Justin Reid being a kicker on kickoffs, just adding another tackling aspect, right? But the Raiders are doing something very, very similar. Now, before I tell you who's been doing some kickoffs for the Raiders, do me a big favor, guys, hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Raiders throughout the entirety of the offseason, training camp, preseason, regular season, everything you can think of. We've got you guys covered, from film breakdown to breaking news to analysis, everything. Got you guys covered. Join the family, and if 3 weeks from now you don't want to be subscribed, you can just unsubscribe. Again, doesn't cost anything. Lastly, if you guys follow my Twitch, we will be live streaming some Raiders games over there. It is Matty Dubs with 3 S's, or you could find the link in the description below. Now, with that being said, let's get back and talk about kickoff. Jack Jones, Luke Masterson, and Tommy Eichenberg are 3 guys who have been experimenting with kicking off. And if the guys can do it, might as well throw someone back there who can actually make a big-time tackle, because with this new kickoff rule, it's going to implement a lot more strategy. It's going to implement a lot more energy and a lot more big momentum swings. So keep that in mind. Let me know, who do you think will be the starting kickoff guy? That's a weird question, right? Always used to saying, who's going to be the starting quarterback? Who's going to be starting receiver? No, who's going to be the starting kickoff guy? That's crazy. But John Jenkins, I believe, is the only guy not at practice over the first 2 days. Jacorian Bennett made a leaping deflection in practice on Gardner Minshew today and end up being intercepted by Trayvon Moehrig. Now, like we said in the beginning of the video, I wasn't really too sure who that third cornerback was going to be. Opposite of Jack Jones on the boundary. We know Jack Jones, we know Nate Hobbs, we know Marcus Epps and Trayvon Moehrig, but who is going to be that outside boundary corner, right? And Jacorian Bennett's kind of made a big play today, maybe a big time, impression to the coaches that, hey, it should be me. I'm this guy. So 11 on 11 made a big, deflection. Ended up being a interception for the team, which was really good to see for the defense. Gardner Minshew then threw a dime to Davante Adams in 11 on 11, and then boom, we got to see some more throws out of him. He did get those first team reps, but I don't want to say he looked particularly great. I think he was 5 of 7 with an interception off a high tip pass. And AOC, Aiden O'Connell, was 3 of 3 during 11 on 11s with 3 handoffs as well. So pretty much all short passes, nothing crazy for Aiden O'Connell. Marcus Epps, then the next team portion, jumped Minshew's pass, picked him off, took it for what would have been a pick 6 if they were tackling. So again, I wouldn't say today was a great day for the offense. Just a lot of a lot of miscues, a lot of miscommunications, a lot of bad throws, bad decisions, a lot of the defense getting pressure on the quarterback and forcing the ball out of their hands quick. I don't know what's next for the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell also had one that was dropped by Malcolm Kuntz. That would have been an interception as well. So listen, a lot of work to do here for the Raiders, and I think they're going to continue to get better, continue to grind, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. We're going to continue to monitor that going forward. Like I said before, we're going to cover the Raiders throughout the entirety of the offseason. Zamir White looks strong, dude. He looks like a big dude. He's ready to go. He's a big time running back who very quiet but works hard, and I'm excited to see what he can do now that Josh Jacobs is in Green Bay. I'm getting pretty excited, man. I'm not gonna lie. Getting pretty excited for the Pats to come on. Zamir White can start making a name for himself there. He might be the full force workhorse going forward. So hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, guys, turn on post notifications. And with that being said, I will see you in the next Raiders update. Peace.